asked if I wanted to give athletics a go, and so I was like, sure, I won't be running anywhere, but I'll throw something. So they gave me a shot put and they said, just give it a go.
When perfection fades from the equation, something far more powerful takes its place: unyielding will, quiet resilience, and stories that refuse to be ignored. Today, we step into a world where differences are not hidden, but transformed into symbols of strength. Here, beauty is no longer defined by symmetry or standards, but by courage, growth, and the determination to rise beyond expectations. What you're about to discover may challenge everything you thought you knew about greatness. Have you ever questioned your own uniqueness or felt unsure about what makes you different? This is your moment to see those differences in a new light. Share your thoughts, your journey, or simply leave a message of support for these incredible individuals. If this message sparks something in you, show your support with a like and join the community by subscribing. And tell us which story stayed with you the longest, because sometimes the most powerful beauty is the one that speaks without asking for permission. Grace McDaniels is remembered as a figure of remarkable resilience who lived during a time when understanding of medical conditions and acceptance of differences were far more limited. Living with complications related to Sturge-Weber syndrome, she faced not only physical challenges but also the weight of social judgment in the early 20th century. Yet instead of withdrawing, she chose to step into public life, using her circumstances as a way to earn a living and support her family, an act that required both courage and determination. Her story carries important educational value, offering insight into historical perspectives on health, society, and human dignity. More importantly, it highlights a deeper truth. A person's worth is never defined by appearance, but by character, perseverance, and compassion. Grace is remembered not for how she looked, but for the strength she demonstrated and the humanity she preserved in the face of adversity, leaving behind a legacy that continues to encourage empathy and respect across generations. Rama Haruna became a powerful symbol of resilience and human connection, living a life that, while physically limited, carried immense emotional depth. From a very young age, her condition shaped the way she experienced the world, yet those around her remember not hardship, but her warmth and enduring smile. Through photographs shared by Sani Maikatanga, her story reached across borders, touching hearts and inviting people to reflect on empathy, care, and the meaning of strength. Beyond the attention her story received, Rama's life stands as a deeply meaningful lesson about love and dedication. Her family's constant presence and support transformed everyday moments into expressions of compassion and unity. Even after her passing in 2016, the message she left behind continues to resonate: that life's value is not measured by physical ability, but by the connections we build, the kindness we share, and the hope we carry through every circumstance. Becca is not simply a content creator, she represents a powerful shift in how we understand strength and self-acceptance. By openly sharing her journey with Sturge-Weber syndrome, a rare condition known for its distinctive facial birthmark, she turns what many might see as a limitation into a message of awareness and education. Rather than concealing her appearance, Becca invites the world to witness the reality of her treatment process, offering a transparent look into the challenges and progress that often go unseen. Through her honest storytelling, Becca transforms complex medical experiences into something deeply human and relatable. Her videos don't just explain a procedure, they build empathy, reduce misunderstanding, and inspire others to approach their own differences with confidence. In doing so, she redefines beauty as something far more meaningful than surface-level ideals, a reflection of care, perseverance, and the courage to be seen exactly as you are. Beyond the clinic, Becca's everyday life unfolds as a quiet testament to confidence and self-respect. She approaches curious glances not with discomfort, but with calm assurance and a genuine smile, turning ordinary moments into opportunities for understanding. Through her perspective, what was once labeled as an imperfection becomes something far more meaningful, a unique signature that tells a personal story. In doing so, she gently challenges the way society defines normal, inviting viewers to see individuality as something to be appreciated, not corrected. Her content carries a balance of warmth and insight, blending lighthearted storytelling with deeper messages about empathy and acceptance. Each shared moment becomes more than just a glimpse into her life. It becomes a reminder that kindness often begins with how we choose to see others. By reshaping everyday experiences into thoughtful reflections, Becca inspires a more inclusive mindset, where differences are not just accepted, but understood and respected as part of what makes each person truly distinct. By nurturing a thoughtful and respectful online community, Becca has become a guiding light for those navigating self-image challenges. She doesn't let her condition define who she is. Instead, she highlights the strength it took to overcome obstacles and embrace life with energy and purpose. Through her presence, she shows that identity is not shaped by appearance alone, but by resilience, mindset, and the courage to keep moving forward. Her message resonates far beyond her personal journey. Each story she shares becomes a reminder that every visible difference carries its own meaning, and that confidence grows from within. In a world often focused on surface ideals, Becca's voice stands out as a powerful call to value authenticity, compassion, and self-respect, proving that the most transformative change begins with how we see and treat ourselves. Bayezid's journey unfolds like a striking contrast where a bright, curious mind shines within a body that faces unusual physical challenges. Yet beyond the medical complexity lies something far more meaningful, a story of adaptation, awareness, and quiet strength. Each day becomes a lesson in appreciating time, not as something to fear, but as something to understand and value. Through this perspective, his experience transforms into a powerful reminder that growth is not measured only by years, but by how deeply we learn to live within them. Seen through a lens of hope, Bayezid's story encourages a shift in how we think about limits and possibilities. While the body may change in unexpected ways, the human spirit, driven by curiosity, learning, and connection, continues to shine. His journey invites us to reflect on our own lives with greater gratitude, recognizing that meaning is not defined by circumstances, but by the light we choose to carry forward each day. Born at just 21 weeks and 1 day, Curtis entered the world under circumstances that challenged even the most advanced medical expectations. With survival at such an early stage considered extraordinarily rare, his first days became a powerful testament to the dedication of medical care and the remarkable resilience found in even the smallest lives. Every milestone he reached was not just a step forward, but a moment that inspired hope and deep respect for the possibilities of modern medicine. As time went on, Curtis's journey continued to unfold in ways that captured attention far beyond the hospital walls. Overcoming one critical phase after another, he grew stronger, surprising those who followed his story. His experience stands as more than a medical achievement. It is a meaningful reminder of perseverance, the importance of care and support, and the incredible potential that can emerge even in the most uncertain beginnings. Curtis's remarkable progress did more than challenge expectations. It offered a powerful sense of hope to families around the world facing uncertain beginnings. His journey highlights how determination, combined with dedicated medical care, can open doors once thought impossible. Each step forward became a symbol of what can be achieved when resilience meets innovation, turning what seemed unlikely into something truly inspiring. Does his story leave an impression on you? Share your thoughts or simply leave a message of encouragement below. Every voice adds to a community built on support and positivity. And if you're inspired by stories like this, don't forget to like and subscribe so you can continue exploring more journeys that remind us of the strength and potential within us all. Harold Stryken has become a memorable figure in cinema, not only for his impressive height, but for the distinct presence he brings to every role. His portrayal of Lurch in the Addams Family turned his unique physical features into an unforgettable artistic signature, one that added depth, elegance, and quiet humor to the character. Rather than being limited by conventional casting standards, he demonstrated how individuality can become a powerful advantage in storytelling. Beyond the screen, his career reflects a broader message about creativity and acceptance. By embracing what makes him different, Carroll helped expand how audiences perceive beauty and character in the entertainment world. His journey shows that distinctive traits are not obstacles, but opportunities opening doors to originality, representation, and a richer understanding of human diversity in art. Matthew McGrory stands as a remarkable example of how individuality can shape a lasting artistic legacy. Known for his role in Big Fish, he brought a unique presence to the screen, turning his extraordinary height into a defining strength rather than a limitation. Once recognized by Guinness World Records for having one of the largest feet, his physical traits naturally drew attention, but it was his dedication to acting that truly set him apart. Rather than allowing his condition to confine him, Matthew chose a path where his distinctiveness became an asset in storytelling. His performances carried emotional depth and authenticity, proving that true impact in the arts comes from expression, not conformity. His journey reminds us that what makes someone different can also become their greatest contribution, offering audiences not just memorable characters, but a broader appreciation for diversity and creativity in cinema. Asher is more than a striking face with unforgettable blue eyes. He represents a new way of seeing confidence and individuality. Living with Down syndrome, he steps in front of the camera not as someone defined by a condition, but as someone defined by presence, authenticity, and quiet strength. Each image captures more than just a moment. It reflects a mindset where self-worth isn't shaped by labels, but by the courage to be fully seen. Through Asher's story, the idea of beauty expands beyond familiar boundaries. What once may have been viewed through limitation is now reimagined as uniqueness, something natural, meaningful, and worth celebrating. His journey gently challenges perceptions, reminding us that diversity in appearance and ability is not something to overlook, but something that enriches how we understand humanity itself. From a child once limited by early assumptions, Asher gradually stepped into a role that few could have imagined, becoming a recognizable face in campaigns that reach audiences around the world. His presence in the fashion industry is more than representation. It reflects a broader shift toward inclusivity and respect for diversity. By simply being himself in spaces that once lacked visibility, Asher helps reshape long-standing perceptions and opens new doors for others to follow. But his impact goes far beyond the camera or runway. Asher's journey contributes to a growing awareness that every child deserves equal opportunity to explore their potential. His story carries a powerful message. When given support, understanding, and space to grow, individuality can flourish in extraordinary ways. For many families, he stands as a reminder that differences are not barriers, they are beginnings of something meaningful and inspiring. Jackson was born with microhydranencephaly, an exceptionally rare condition that affects the development of the brain and skull. Early medical expectations were uncertain, and his first days became a moment of intense care, attention, and hope. Yet beyond the clinical diagnosis, Jackson's journey quickly turned into something far more meaningful, a story that encouraged people to reflect on the complexity of life and the dedication of those who support it from the very beginning. As time unfolded, Jackson's presence carried a quiet but powerful message. His story invited a deeper understanding of resilience, not as something loud or dramatic, but as a steady continuation against the odds. For many who followed his journey, he became a symbol of how life, even in its most fragile forms, can inspire connection, compassion, and a renewed appreciation for every moment we are given. Contrary to the earliest expectations, Jackson shared 5 meaningful years with his family, a journey shaped by care, connection, and countless quiet moments of togetherness. Each day became an opportunity to celebrate presence itself, where even the smallest gestures carried deep significance. What began in a clinical setting gradually transformed into a space filled with warmth, where love and dedication redefined what it means to truly support a life. His story offers a gentle yet powerful reflection. The value of a life is not measured in time alone, but in the depth of the bonds it creates. Through tireless care and unwavering attention, His family turned challenges into moments of closeness and meaning. In doing so, they remind us that even in the most fragile circumstances, love has the ability to shape experiences into something lasting, inspiring, and profoundly human. Jackson's presence became more than a personal journey. It helped broaden awareness around congenital conditions and reinforced a simple but powerful truth. Every child deserves care, dignity, and love. Through the eyes of his family, people didn't just see a child facing medical challenges. They saw a life filled with meaning, connection, and quiet lessons about appreciating each moment. His story encouraged communities to look beyond limitations and recognize the humanity and value in every individual experience. Even after his journey came to an end at the age of 5, the impact he left behind continues to resonate. The phrase "Jackson Strong" has grown into a symbol of perseverance, unity, and hope for many families navigating similar paths. His legacy is not defined by hardship, but by the strength, love, and inspiration that continue to ripple outward, reminding us all that resilience often speaks in the most gentle yet enduring ways. As a recognizable voice within the Sturge-Weber community, she draws attention not by fitting into traditional standards, but by confidently embracing what makes her different. The distinctive birthmark on her face is no longer seen as something to hide, but as a meaningful part of her identity. By appearing openly on public platforms, she challenges long-standing perceptions and encourages others to view visible differences through a lens of respect and understanding rather than judgment. Beyond her presence, her message carries both educational and social value. Through clear, accessible explanations, she helps people better understand conditions like capillary malformations, while also sharing personal insights about confidence and self-acceptance. Her story becomes more than awareness. It's a reminder that change begins when individuals choose to stand firm in who they are, inspiring others to rethink beauty, inclusion, and the strength found in authenticity. As a powerful public speaker, she has turned her personal journey into a meaningful movement that uplifts confidence and self-acceptance. Rather than focusing on appearance, her message centers on something far deeper: the courage to embrace oneself fully, regardless of differences. Through her words, she helps audiences understand that true human value is not defined by flawless features, but by resilience, authenticity, and the strength to stand confidently in one's own identity. Her voice has become a source of encouragement for many, especially within communities navigating physical challenges. With clarity, warmth, and purpose, she inspires others to see their differences not as limitations, but as parts of a unique story worth honoring. More than just a personal narrative, her journey offers a broader lesson about empathy, inclusion, and the importance of creating a world where everyone feels seen, respected, and valued. Hirotada Ototake is widely recognized not only for his talent as a writer and sports editor, but for the lasting impact of his autobiography, No One is Perfect. Through his storytelling, he opened conversations about inclusion and challenged deeply rooted perceptions of disability in Japanese society. His work goes beyond personal narrative. It serves as a source of encouragement for those seeking the strength to overcome their own barriers, proving that limitations do not define a person's potential. At the same time, his journey also reflects the complexity of being in the public eye. While he has inspired millions with messages of resilience and determination, aspects of his personal life have drawn attention and sparked discussion. Rather than diminishing his contributions, these moments offer a more complete and human perspective, reminding us that growth often includes facing one's own shortcomings. In that balance between strength and imperfection, his story continues to encourage a deeper understanding of both accountability and perseverance. The public revelation of his personal mistakes marked a turning point, challenging the long-held image many had of Hirotada Ototake. For years, he had been seen as a symbol of perseverance and inspiration, yet this moment highlighted a more complex and human reality. It sparked broader conversations about the gap that can exist between public admiration and private life, reminding audiences that no individual is defined by a single narrative. At the same time, His decision to openly acknowledge his actions added another layer to his story, one that touches on accountability and personal growth. Rather than erasing his contributions, this chapter invites reflection on how people respond to their own shortcomings under public scrutiny. His journey ultimately serves as a reminder that resilience is not only about overcoming external challenges, but also about facing difficult truths and learning from them.